Are you a comic book fan ready to dive into one man's massive collection of nearly 20,000 comic books? Well, I'm Tim Aslin, and we're going to go through them all, one box at a time, A to Z. Strap in, because these are Marty's comics. Okay, here we are. Episode 1. We're going to do the Avengers. Yes. It just seems like it makes sense, right? Everybody knows the Avengers. We've got 3 boxes of the Avengers. Let's just get into it. So here is issue 23 of the Avengers. Really cool cover here. And I'm going to pull up. All right, as you can see here, here's just a taste, really, of the early books he had. He started off at issue 23. Which was in 1965. Now, he has older books, but they're not in this collection. So we're not going to cover those. Maybe something like at some point I'll pull those out of like the good storage and we'll go through them. I think some of them I want to get graded because there's some really, really cool books in there. But for now, we're just going to do the basic collection that he has or had, that I now have. So, as you can see, issue number 23, that was October 12th, 1965. Cover date was December. Let's see what we got here. Obviously written by Stan Lee. We've got Jack Kirby as a penciler on the cover. Cover inker, John Romita Sr. I mean, like, they just like the big 3, right, for Marvel right there. You can't get better than that. And so, as you can see, it's a really cool issue. It's Kang the Conqueror. This isn't the first appearance of Kang, but it's an early one, and beautiful cover. And so it's a key issue too. This is the first appearance of Ravonna Renslayer. As some of you might remember, she was in the Loki series. They changed her character slightly, but still pretty cool to see her. And this is the first appearance, like I said, minor, but whatever. That's cool. So, yeah, I mean, that's a pretty sweet one. I don't, the very good cover price, whatever the fair market, I guess, is what you would call that, is saying this is a $30 raw book. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to have to look stuff up. And, like, if we're going to start selling them, then, which I totally want to. If people are interested in this, great, let me know, and we'll figure it out. I think ideally I'd like to sell full runs all in one package, but we'll decide what makes the most sense. So anyway, let's move on. That's issue 23 of Avengers. Pretty sweet. Okay, next up, another key, minor key. This is issue 24. We got Hawkeye, we've got Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, Cap on the cover. Cool cover. I like that. As you can see, too, these books are in pretty good condition. I mean, they're not like 9.8s probably, but they're still solid. Some spine ticks, what you would expect with books that are from the 60s. So no surprises there. We've got, let's see, the cover are Richard Ayres, Jack and Stan, as usual. Penciler was Don Heck. Inker was, again, Richard Ayres. Colors Stan Goldberg. Letter Artie Simic. Is that what that is? And, and the usual Stan Lee and Stan Lee doing the editing and editor-in-chief. So this is a cool one, too. This is a minor key following the last issue. Obviously, it's a minor key because it's the second appearance of Ravonna Renslayer. Or Ravonna? Wait, I thought it was Ravonna. Is it not Ravonna? It's Ravonna? Oh, man. How embarrassing for me. Jesus. Here we go. I'm going to look. Where are you? No, see? It's Ravonna. It's Ravonna. Look right there. Ravonna Renslayer. I'm not crazy. Oh, I said Ravonna. All right. So anyway, second appearance for her. This is, this is a big chunk of the early Kang stuff as well. Obviously, that's how we met Ravonna through Kang and all the exciting adventures that they had falling in love and then having it not work out, which is, pretty typical in life. So, you know, can't fault them for that. All right, let's move on. I'm actually going to show you guys a different page here. This is going to be more of the list, but you get an idea. Like, these are sweet. Check all these books out. Oh man, amazing covers too. Like, personally, I never really got into Avengers books. I've read a few, but like I never like went full through, the entire collection. So even though I have this collection now, I didn't read it. Like, it would take me forever to read them. So anyway, here we go. As you can see, these are amazing issues, cover art. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. I think all told, I don't actually know what the total number of books, but I think, like I said, it's 1, 2, 3. Maybe it's 3 boxes, 3 short boxes. So whatever that would be, there's maybe like 110-ish probably in each of these short boxes, because these are what? How many pages are most of these? 32 pages. They're pretty thin. But so what would that be? 300 some odd issues he collected over however long. Let's see that. Actually, this would be something interesting to check out. So the first issue he's got is from, what did I say? 1965, end of 1965. Last issue that he has is 96. And that's, man, issue 402 from 96, end of 96. So I can't do math. What did I say? 65 to 96? 30 years? 30 years of Avengers comics in these 3 boxes. Damn. A decade per box or so. But anyway, so I'm going to go to this other style. So here we go. We're going to go another key issue. These are all minor keys. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I don't know, however you want to think about it. There are not a ton of major keys in this collection. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, that's it. 5 in the whole collection of Avengers. Whatever. I think over the years, they probably got plucked out for various reasons. Or he just never got a hold of them. Issue 32. There you go. Pretty good condition, this one. You got foxing and such that you would typically get with a book this old. A lot of these books were not originally, they weren't stored in bags and boards. They were just raw out of the bag in these boxes for years and years and years. So, you can't win them all, obviously, but this is a cool issue. Obviously, this is a nice cover again. We've got Stan Lee writing. We've got Don Heck with the cover and art, and then colorist again, Stan Goldberg, letter Artie Simek. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. I hope so, but whatever. And let's see. Why is this a key? First appearance, Bill Foster. First team appearance, Sons of the Serpent. I don't know if that's related to the, what was it called? Serpent Society, that Sidewinder, Giancarlo, oh my God, what's his name? Giancarlo Esposito, I think was cast. Well, I know he was cast as Sidewinder recently, so we'll be seeing him in the new Captain America movie. But I don't think this is related, but maybe I'm wrong. Look, I am not an aficionado. I started collecting when I was pretty young. I stopped for many, many years. I was not like a massive consumer of comic books for a long time, but I got back into it. I don't know, maybe, right? I just say Bach. I just got Bach into it. And so I got back into it. Honestly, kind of when the movies started back up, like the first Iron Man. So what would that have been? Like 2008 or something like that. And I always was a reader of Amazing Spider-Man. That was the one that I pretty consistently have gone through. And I didn't collect a lot of them, but I read a lot of them. I know some people will not like this, but oh well. I read a lot of them digital because that's what I could get my hands on. So what are you going to do? You can be mad about it, but live your life. I don't care. So anyway, this book is pretty sweet. Um, Serpent, Sons of the Serpent. Maybe it's related. I don't know. I'm not an expert, so and I'm not going to look it up because it's not my job. Let's move on. Let's do another key. We got, all right, issue 34. The Living Laser. That sounds not great. It's the 60s. Like some of this stuff is super cheesy, and that's okay. Who cares? It's cheesy, no big deal. It's fun. They're comic books. Don't take it too seriously. So we got this whole run is going to be the same sort of roster here. Stan Lee, Don Heck, Stan Goldberg, Artie Simek. I hope I'm saying that right. And it is a key, same crew. Why is it a key? The Living Laser, first appearance. Arthur Parks has been dumped and now feels like his life is over. To cope, he dons the identity of the Living Laser. Upon seeing the Wasp, here we go, falls in love, begins the machination that's needed to eliminate the romantic competition. Wow. The drama, or melodrama, as the case may be. That sounds cool. What else do I want to say about this? Not much. There you go. There you have it. The book itself, I'm going to take a closer look here. We got a couple creases. We got some spine ticks. But like I said, this is the 60s, man. This comic book is 60 years old. Almost. Not quite, but close enough. 60-year-old comic book. Cover looks pretty good, though. Color pops. Look at that. It's not bad. Oh! This is exciting. Issue 38. Hopefully I don't want to take them out of the bag, right? I know it would be nice to see them without the bag, see the cover. I just don't want to do it. It's a pain. And I think you get the impression, you can get a good sense of the quality and condition of the book itself. But that red cover is nice. Color looks good. So why is this a key? It's a minor key. It's the first battle of Hercules and Ares. That's pretty sweet. Hercules, longtime Avenger. West Coast Avenger, I think, at one point, right? I don't know. So here we go. This is cover art by Guillotine, which I think is actually pretty cool. Then you got, let's see, inker is George Roussos. And then, again, Artie Simek and Don Heck. And this one's written by Roy Thomas. And so what's the big deal with this one? Avengers have been discussing the possible admission of the Black Widow to their ranks. When they are interrupted, the Enchantress has enthralled Hercules, shocking, and uses him as her latest pawn in her bid for revenge. The team is forced to pool, thought that said poof, their talents to withstand the attack, which will be difficult after the schism caused by the Black Widow debate. Wow. They really didn't know. Caused a schism in the team about whether or not to let the Black Widow in. I guess that tracks. She was a little devious, if you will, so I get it. Maybe not the most trustworthy person at this point or ever. I was just reading, what was I reading recently? Something that had her in it. Damn, I don't remember, but same deal. Even this is a modern book too, so like same thing. She's always sneaking around doing something deceptive. So, but anyway, that's a cool book. In our midst, an immortal That's what that one's called. Issue number 38. Get into it. Next. Oh, all right. This is pretty sweet. I know why this is special. You can see it, obviously, right there. This is issue 43, minor key, but probably pretty, you know, what am I trying to say? Probably pretty relevant to right now. We got Red Guardian. First appearance of Red Guardian. This is issue 43. It's a minor, but, that's still cool. That's it. I like this cover. The floating heads is good. That's nice. I like that. So here we go. Roy Thomas was the writer on this one, and then the huge Jerry Feldman. He was a letterer. Good for you, Jerry. Anyway, this one, let's see what happens in this one. Hawkeye has learned the true nature of the Black Widow's mission, and he's determined to help her. Oh! Familiar relationship. And let's see, Hercules joins him, but the pair must face the newly created Red Guardian, who is far more dangerous than either could have predicted. Red Guardian. David Harbour. Right there. Well, no. Technically, it's Alexei Shostakov. Probably saying that wrong. But it's a comic book, man. Like, do you really know how it's pronounced? You're just reading it. Up until now, we never even heard these things out loud. So then we're moving to issue 44 here. Yeah. Minor key. Origin and death of Red Guardian. Oh. And the origin of Black Widow. That's pretty cool. I think, I'm not going to read off the team who did it. I'll read the writer and the cover inker, Vince Coletta. It's nice. Roy Thomas writing again. He probably wrote this whole storyline. And what's going on? Black Widow and Hawkeye have been captured. Damn. What are you going to do? And the other Avengers are called in to help them. They face the Red Guardian. But what's worse, Natasha has passed a lie detector test, convincing her former comrades that she's been on their side the entire time. Have the Avengers merely walked into a trap? No, probably not. That's her whole game, man. She's sneaky. Great issue, though. I mean, great cover art. I can only imagine what the actual story is like inside. I hope it's great. I imagine it is. Anyway, that one's cool. Wow. Got a lot in a row here. Story event. Hercules joins the Avengers. We got issue number 45. Blitzkrieg in Central Park. That's cool. Very cool cover. So it's a key because of Hercules joining in. They said yes. Good move. Avengers Day has arrived once more following the events of Avengers Annual number 1, which we do have somewhere, but maybe not in this collection. It's probably in cold storage, whatever you want to call it. Probably in the preserve and hope for the best storage that we have. But the team assembles in Central Park where they announce Hercules has been declared a member of the team. Little do they realize that the super adaptoid is in the crowd. Damn. Ready and able to try to destroy Captain America once more. Well, he probably fails. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that. In fact, Hercules probably helps. When he just joined, he's got to pay his dues, so to speak. Save Cap. But this one's, man, again, looking good. Color. Woo! It's really bright. Like, that is nice. Few spine ticks. Tiny crease. All in all, pretty good. Pretty good condition. All right, moving on. This is The Agony and the Anthill. Wonder what that's about. Oh, Janet, the Wasp, has hired a chauffeur okay, with her newfound wealth and brings him to Avengers HQ against policy. Dude, I gotta say, Janet, big mistake. What are you doing? Just, come on. Hank, also very irresponsible person. Maybe that's why they got along together until they didn't. Oh. All right. So anyway, where was I? Nobody realizes that he's actually the human top, now known as the human top. Oh, like an actual top. Cool. Now known as Whirlwind, and he's conceived a remarkable plan of attack to gain revenge on Goliath. Fair enough. It was the 60s. Let's leave it at that. First appearance, though, of Whirlwind, even though he's actually the human top. Too. Don't ask. This is Roy Thomas again. We got John Buscema. I've heard that name. And so on. The crew. All right. That's a good one. A lot of wear on this one, sadly. See, I like these. Also crazy that so here you go. Quicksilver over here in green. Not as usual bright baby blue. Here we go. This is a minor key. Mine is the power. So we got Hercules is in Olympus. Bummer. He just got out of the team. Come on, man. Where he learns that Typhon is responsible for the disappearance of its people. Meanwhile, bummer. The remaining Avengers search for Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch, little suspecting that Magneto is at the United Nations. Man, he loves it there. Ready to manipulate events to bring the pair back into the fold of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. All right, that sounds pretty cool. I like these black covers a lot. Like, that's cool. All the colors are popping. That's a good book. I would buy this if I had, I don't know, if I was trying to find it and I found it. I'd be psyched. I'd buy that. Let's see. So it's a minor key, we said, because of the first appearance of Typhon. Who knows? All right. Issue 50. Some more Hercules action. To Tame a Titan. That's what it's called. First cameo appearance of Apollo in Marvel continuity. Hank, Clint, and Janet track down Hercules by his homing beam. You know, I used to think it was honing because you hone in on something, but you don't hone in on something, you hone on it. Which, I don't know. I was really disappointed in myself when I figured that out. That I just was saying it wrong my entire life. Anyway, so they find him battling Typhon, that's Hercules, and they help him with a respite. Oh, how nice. But it is Hercules that ends the battle. Still, the end of such a battle is not the kind of thing that leaves a hero unchanged. we know what that, I don't know what that means. But we still got the same crew of creators here. Roy Thomas, John Buscema, Sam Rosen is the letterer, and good old Stan. This one looks interesting. Good shape, white cover. Got boxing on the top. No big surprise there. Not a lot of spine ticks though, which is nice. All right. Look at that. That's a beauty. Yellow cover. Oh, it's really good. Damn. So why is this important? Or minorly important? This is the first appearance of Grim Reaper. Black Panther joins the Avengers. That's exciting. Look at that. There he is, right there. Leaping. This one's called Death Calls for the Arch Heroes. Black Panther arrives at Avengers headquarters only to find Goliath, Hawkeye, and the Wasp lying dead on the floor. Whoa! Jasper Sitwell arrives shortly afterwards and holds T'Challa as the prime suspect. Oh, this sounds kind of familiar, you know what I'm saying? I think they might have borrowed a little bit of this for, what was that, Civil War. Anyway, T'Challa must escape custody and track down the real killer to clear his name, and he finds even more surprises in the process. Yeah, man. The movies are cool. They're taking, they're not doing a 1-to-1 of, a storyline, but they knew their stuff. They're taking some true source material and getting it in there. So nice. Same crew on the creatives here. As we've seen, that's probably going to be the case for a while. But that's a nice one. Yellow cover looks great. I mean, there's like no spine ticks on this thing. Corners are in pretty good shape. That's a nice book. Damn. So this is just a story event, but kind of an important one, right? First X-Men crossover with the Avengers. And it's, OG X-Men, obviously, which I just started reading, which is interesting to get through. I started at the beginning. I went back and I'm reading X-Men #1. And yeah, it's corny, but it's cool. It's endearing. So anyway, this one is called In Battle Joined. The Avengers have been not contracted, by Angel, Warren Worthington, and follow his lead to Magneto's island. They find a bug on the Angel indicating that he really works with Magneto. Oh boy. When they arrive at the island, they are ready to view the X-Men as enemies rather than allies. Hey, look, we know we're going to get something like this in the movies at some point. Probably sooner rather than later. So it'll be curious to see if this book ends up being, one that people seek out more. In very good condition. The cover price is saying that it's about $40 raw. I don't know. Slab, maybe it's worth a bunch. This copy is nice. Look, and I'm going to say that over and over again, because Marty, I think his habit was buy the book, read the book, put it in a box, never touch it again. So until we took these out, these were sitting in a box in storage for 60 years, which is wild to think about. So these have been touched effectively 3 times. The shop, Marty, and us. And we're just bagging and boarding, right? We're being careful and all that. So this thing's in nice condition. No spine ticks. Really, really clean corners too. This one's got, you could probably press that out, but that's really nice.
My camera died, so that's the end of that episode. I'll carry on after I figure out some technical things. All right. See y'all then. Bye.